It's Malachi Church versus State. You know, something I've been thinking about over the past few days is, and I've mentioned it in some of my other videos, is that America's become what Egypt once was, and that we are all becoming enslaved over the course of time, losing our freedoms. We have the taskmasters or the tax masters that are taking over everything and dominating and really destroying a lot of lives. And then also too, and I'll put this here, when Obama first ran for office, he made this comment when he visited one of these, I think it was either an exhibit or he was actually in Egypt. I can't remember, but I'll post that right now. So anyways, when he's there, of course, he's making fun of this statue, and he says, well, that looks like me. He's got big ears and stuff like that. There's been a lot of videos I've seen online that kind of make the connection between those two. But I'm going to make another connection, that is this, is that we are becoming enslaved. We are becoming the Egypt. We have the tax masters over us now, and they are controlling us, they're dominating us, and they're taking away every single freedom that we have. You see a lot of references towards Illuminati type stuff, which Illuminati is more based out of Egyptian mythology or theology or whatever you want to call it. And in reality, this is what I've always felt. I've always felt that Egypt was Satan's kingdom. And that's why he placed his mark all over the world, because this world was given to him. You see so many cultures all over the world, they all have their pyramids. Well, that's in reference to him, just as on the money. It's reference to him. He's the one that controls all the money. It's been stated that many, many times, even within the word. So his kingdom, I feel, was always in Egypt. Of course, God's kingdom is in Israel, and each have their own kingdom established. God's kingdom is not on this earth right yet, but it will be at some point in time. He will try to build it to claim that he is God, but he will also try to rebuild what once was, and that is Egypt for him. So let's go back, let's think about this now. Joseph, when he was in Egypt, he told the Pharaoh, this is how it became second to Pharaoh, he told the Pharaoh that 7 years of plenty, 7 years of lean. And that was an interpretation of his dream, okay? So well, in 2 years we'll have 7 years with Obama. Now, I'm not saying that this past 7 years or this past 5 years have been plenty, because I think just prior to him going to office, it was purposely done to make it to where we couldn't store up our food, our wealth. So this was purposely done to drive us further into a debt drought, a personal drought, a feeling drought, and an actual drought of food. Droughting everybody their options to be able to buy, afford, and do the things necessary just to live and survive. So my theory is this. 80 years is when Moses came back into Egypt from being gone, and he saved those who were there, who were trapped by Pharaoh, the Israelites, so to speak. When God comes back, he's doing the same thing. But there's a time before that where everything kind of goes to crap, and that's the Egypt of today. Now, don't think that Egypt has everything to do with it, but it has a lot to do with it. Even you find it in entertainment. There's all these symbolisms of Egyptian mythology. You have it, you know, just all over the place. I mean, you turn on any TV show and you see it, it's all there, it's right in front of you. They're getting ready, they're getting prepared. Even you see like guys like Mark Dyson talking about the Illuminati. Well, I go even further. I go from where does that generate? The creation of that is really, in most people's mind, is Egyptian mythology. But it also really, in my opinion, is the kingdom of Satan on this earth. So if we take the 80 years, that would put us around 2028 of the final return. Either that or before. So let's look at it this way. We have 7 years or 5 years now. We've got 2 more years that we might just be able to store enough for what we need to survive. The Bible does talk about in Revelation that the 7 years after that is shortened to 3. So if that be the case, then within the next 2 years, or within 2 years, all hell's going to break loose. And I know a lot of people say it's now, it's 2014, it's all this stuff. I believe there's a lot of things going to happen this year too that even set things in motion even, you know, firmer. I think there's a lot of great men of God and women of God that are going to pass on, and God's going to take them home. And that's going to leave even a further void for so many Christians who unfortunately don't read the Word enough to be able to stand on their own. But let's take this into another account. Obama's gets out of office. When does he get out of office? I think he gets out of office, and I wrote it down, 2016. Well, he actually gets out in 2017, because when they actually take office, he actually took office in 2009. But anyways, after that, you know, I'm kind of, the way things are going, I'm thinking, well, either the next one after him is a 3.5 year, or they're just gonna, you know, use him up in the next few years, and then after that, because everything comes in sevens. It's 7 years of good, 7 years of bad. Talks about 7 years in Revelation, and another 7 years after that. You know, that pushes us up to what, 2024. Another 4 years. I guess if there was another 10 years after that, and then you had the 3 years, and then that would be it. But man, the way things are going, who knows? All I say is be ready at all times, and understand, you know, kind of read the Word. I mean, it kind of explains to you what the devil's whole shtick is and what he wants to do. But that's just my personal feeling. And I see a lot of people with their concepts and their timelines on here, and yeah, they're mostly all just wanting rapture stuff. And unfortunately, you got to read 2 Thessalonians. It kind of pretty much bites that one in the butt. But I think there will be a dying away of God's elect, or the people that maybe are not God's elect, so to speak, by passage, rites of passage, but are the ones he loves still. And anyways, something to look forward to. If my theory is correct, we have another couple years of being able to store up and putting the necessary things into our spirit and our soul. Not necessarily all about food. Of course, it'd be good to have food, but I'm not a big believer on that, because I do believe God will take care of you. The most important thing to feed is always your spirit and your soul. And that should hopefully be the most important thing to you. I don't know if it's not, I don't know what to tell you. But if that be the case, we've got another 2 years to deal with that. A lot of crap's going to happen within the next 2 years. A lot of destruction is going to happen, taking away of rights. Taskmasters will be even heavier on the people, pushing people into further bondage, further enslavement, furthermore wars to make sure the other companies come under line and they're controlled. And this whole Gog and Magog thing that people talk about, you need to really read your Bible, because it doesn't happen until after the millennium. So let's get off that trip about the Gog and Magog. We're a long ways away for that one. But I will say this, we're really close to the Great Tribulation. It's going to happen. And I don't know if it's going to start happening after these 2 years, then go another 7 or 10 or whatever it's going to be. And then we got the 3 years. But we have a heavy push towards a one world government. And it's coming. It's coming. And you got to be ready. But here's the thing. Be ready by spirit and mind and soul. You know, get that Word in you. Let it dictate your life, you know. Make that be your, you know, basically guiding light that will light you through. Remember the women with the candlesticks? You know, having enough oil? Well, the oil is your knowledge, what you have, what you read, what you take. Because at some point in time, the Bible is going to be banned. And don't think for one instant this is all just one side doing one thing. don't think that it's not a kind of a whole parade of people working as one, but they work in separate areas, you know. Good cop, bad cop. Always realize that. All to bring the final hour, all to bring the Antichrist, all to bring control over all those who are Christians. Anyways, it's Malachi signing out. Support my music ministry. I'll probably put a song on behind this one. You can buy it Amazon, iTunes, whatever. It'd be nice if people would do that. People don't support music. That's another thing too. They try to get rid of artists that usually come out against these things, or musicians that usually write protest songs, and it's all part of the plan. It's all part of, you know, Satan's little plan, and his little minions go out and do their thing. But we have the word, so we have the power in the end if we just take it and allow it to feed us. Anyways, got kids, hug them. Still got parents, call them, go see a neighbor, repent and be baptized. Talk to you later. Bye.
Why do you choose me, a broken man, no use for thee? I take my shoes off for thee and bow down to the will you bestow on me. How can I set them free? For it's hard for me to speak, and my heart is weak. I'm old. And told I am me, I am. With you I will stand. Will they even hear me? Your words of truth that will set them free. My brothers may kill me, call me a liar, blasphemy. Lord, I'm afraid. I will comfort you, I will protect you, I will speak through you and deliver you. This is my promise to you. This is my promise to you. Nation I'll build from you and bring my son through you to rid the world from wrong. Take on the sins of all. Blood that will cover all. This is a promise I give to all.